Okay, why can games be used as learning tools for young learners? Because games can lower anxiety, thus making the acquisition of input more likely. Language learning is hard work. Effort is required at every moment and must be maintained over a long period of time. Games help and encourage many learners to sustain their interest in work. Games also help the teacher to create context in which the language is useful and meaningful. The learners want to take part, and in order to do so must understand what others are saying or have written. And they must speak or write in order to express their own point of view or give information. The need for meaningfulness in language learning has been accepted for some years. A useful interpretation of meaningfulness is that the learners respond to the content in a definite way. If they are amused, angry, or surprised, the content is clearly meaningful to them. Thus, the meaning of the language they listen to, read, speak, and write will be more vividly experienced and therefore better remember. The first game is Simon Says. That game, having goals at the end of the lesson, students can mention and show their body parts. This learning belongs to implicit learning because children are not aware that they are learning. And the approach is to use TPR because its application relates to the coordination of command, speech, and movement, so that it is easier for a child to master a language in this learning. They need to design their lives according to teacher instruction.
So for the next material is about the game. In this game, we focus on vocabulary about limbs, about 5 to 10 words. There are some learning goals that can be achieved through playing this game, such as vocabulary development. As the leader gives instruction, they can incorporate various action words, body parts, and other vocabulary words. This helps young learners expand their vocabulary in an attractive and memorable way. For example, the leader said, "If you're happy, stamp your feet," or "If you're happy, clap your hands." So it helps young learners to follow and practice active listening and develop their ability to follow instruction accurately. For the next is memory skills and then language comprehension. This game can be adapted to include sequences of actions. So, for example, the first one, "If you're happy, stamp your feet," or "If you're happy, touch your some of body parts, such as touch your knees or touch your shoulder. For the skills, the young learners need to remember and perform the actions in the correct order. So these activities strengthen memory skills and then enhance cognitive abilities. For the other goals is language comprehensions. So for these comprehensions, by participating in this game, young learners have an opportunity to engage in conversation and then develop their language comprehension skills. So they need to understand and interpret the instructions given by the leader and respond accordingly, promoting their overall language development. So what are the connections about learning vocabulary through the games? So it tells that games have been shown to have advantages and effectiveness in learning vocabulary in various ways. First, games bring in relaxation and fun for the students, thus help them to learn and retain new words more easily. And the second one is games usually involve friendly competition and they keep learners interested. This can create the motivation for learners of English to get involved and participate actively in the learning activities. And the last one is vocabulary games bring real world context into the classroom. And it enhances the students' use of English in a flexible and communicative way.
The video show that how to teach vocabulary with physical movements, and I think it's related to the total physical response. How to choose game for learning. The first is a game must be more than just fun. It's mean a game chosen are not only filled with fun but also must be related to material will be presented. And the second is a game should involve friendly competition. It's mean a game has to create a close friendship. So the third, a game should keep all of the students involved and interested, and its mean a game should should suit or match with all of students and not be boring. And the fourth is a game should encourage students to focus on the use of language rather than on the language itself. Its main a game must be contain how language is used. And the last is a game should give students a chance to learn, practice, review specific language material. It's mean a game have to have to obtain with learning material, with practice and material of language. So the general benefit learning with games, the first is effective because a game more fun and can be motivate students for learning. And second is cognitive because focus on grammar communicatively. And the third is class dynamics because game make student centered, and teacher just act um, just act be facilitator. And last is adaptability. It's mean what is it it's mean it's mean utilizes um, for skill. It's That's for me. Thank you very much.
We will start a game called If You're Happy. First thing first, have students to get participated into the games. Then ask pairs to go in front of the class. Direct pairs and place them to look at each other. Tell them to get focused on the direction the commander told. Players who incorrectly follow an instruction are eliminated from the game. They can sit out and watch the rest of the game. Alright guys, we're gonna start a game called If You're Happy. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna sing a song and you guys follow my direction. Okay. Let's start this game. 1, 2, 3. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really wanna it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Benefits of playing this game. This game helps children develop their listening skills, as they have to pay close attention to the instruction given by the leader. By following the commands accurately, players enhance their ability to concentrate and stay focused. This game is also encourages participants to perform various physical actions, promoting body coordination and motor skills. Players must make split-second decisions about whether or not to follow an instruction, helping improve their decision-making skills or quick thinking. Overall, this game is an entertaining game that offers cognitive and physical benefits for the students.
Alright guys, we're gonna play another games. It's called Which One of These Doesn't Belong? Okay, here are the instructions.
Pair of students will start by playing rock, paper, and scissors.
The winning students can start the game by click on the screen, and so on.
And there is a rules. This is a quiz game. You do this by guessing which statements are related. Students only have one chance to guess each time they win. The teacher gives a time span for students to think and answer quickly. There is a lucky button with extra points. But be very careful because there is a trap.
Now, let's start the game. You guys play rock, scissors, papers.
Rock, scissors, papers. I win!
Okay, you may start the game.
Which one does not belong with the others and why? Seaweed, starfish, octopus, dolphin.
You may have 5 seconds to think and answer it quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Which one is
Which one of these doesn't belong
Wow.
is a popular logic puzzle game that challenges players to identify the item or word that does not belong in a given set. The game typically presents a group of items or words that share certain characteristics, and the player's task is to determine the odd one out based on a specific rule or pattern. Here's an example to illustrate the concept. For example, set of an apple, orange, banana, and carrot. The rule is all except one are fruits. In this case, the odd one out would be carrot because it is a vegetable, while the other 3 items are fruits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I'm so scary.
Can you read?
This game can be played in various formats, such as verbally discussing the options, selecting the odd items from a list, or solving visual puzzles with images or shapes. It is a fun and challenging game that encourages critical thinking, better recognition, and deductive reasoning.
Seaweed. Yay!
Last question.
Wow, it's great! Yay! I win!
That's all from our groups.